What is good with it, Cell Nation, man? Let's get this video started. Just like the title says, this is my first school fight. Okay, so a little more background about me. I'm actually African, nigga. And one of the first rules you know about African is you don't mess around with school, my nigga. You just don't. You gotta go to your classes, get good grades, no fighting, no none of that, nigga. You just gotta be a good African student, good in class, my nigga. So if you get in a fight, my nigga, that's tough. Okay, so this happens in 6th grade with one of my best friends. I'm not gonna say his name because that's a little federal, but we're in PE, and on that particular day, we were playing football. So we go outside, our whole class goes outside to play football. We're just playing like a little 7-on-7, and we're playing with 7-on-7. We're throwing the ball around, and this nigga gets like an interception, but this nigga like falls, and when the nigga falls, he's on the ground. He's like, This, and I can tell this nigga's lying, and I'm like, nigga, why you lying? You're not injured, my nigga. And this nigga acts injured so he can like get attention, I guess, and wastes our time when we're supposed to be playing football. So I'm out there mad, nigga. I'm like, why is nigga doing this? But I don't say it to him at that time. So fast forward a little bit, we're in the locker room. This nigga comes up to me. I'm sitting on the bench, like the bench in the locker room. This nigga comes up to me with this shoe, my nigga. So he holds a hoop shoe. This nigga hits me in the shoe. He hits me. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? And I'm like mad. And this nigga swings at me again with the shoe. I catch that shit, and I duck and like grab his legs, and I like tackle the nigga like Khabib, nigga. I tackle that nigga. I wrestle that nigga down. And while that nigga's down, like I have him, we're wrestling for a little bit, and I get like one good look at that nigga, and I'm like out there happy that I won. And then the coach comes in and he's like, hey boys, what happened? And I'm just like, I start crying, nigga, because remember, I'm supposed to be a good African child, nigga, and I know I'm about to get in trouble. So we get sent to the principal's office, and on my way there, nigga, I'm crying. I'm not even gonna cap to you, my nigga. I'm crying like a bitch. So I'm crying, and then we get there, he's interrogating us, he's asking, oh, what happened? I'm like, he attacked me. And nigga, I was capping the whole time, my nigga. I mean, not all of it, but I was capping a little bit because I was saying I didn't punch the nigga, but I punched that nigga definitely. And then he ends up calling both of our parents. My parents come, and my dad, I expected that nigga to be mad at me. That nigga wasn't even mad at me because that nigga swung at me first, and my dad was just like, who did this to my son? And that nigga wanted to fight the kid, my nigga. Wanted to fight the kid, my nigga. And the principal had to be like, oh, you can't fight a little kid. And my dad was just like out of it, bro. That was funny. And then I'm actually happy I didn't get in trouble. My 8th period science teacher, she came in clutch. She came to the principal's office and it was like, hey, what happened? And it's like, oh, he's a good kid. He won't do it again. And I escaped getting in trouble, man. So that's the story time on my first school fight as an African child.